Hey guys, I'm Matt,
And I'm Jordan.
and welcome back to Couch Pillow Talk.
We are talking about things today.
We've got multiple things to discuss.
What should we start with? Marvel?
Yeah, sure.
I kind of want to save the Batman vs Superman stuff towards later on.
Yeah,
So Matt and I are super keen for Civil War.
yeah. Well, I'm keen for basically all the Marvel movies.
What else is coming out this year? Is there
This
anything else
year-
coming out this year? Can look it
X-Men
up.
Apocalypse.
Right. What do you think of that, Matt? Because you were very keen, and then
Yeah.
you stopped being as keen.
I'm still really keen because like it seems like they're going in the right direction with it now. Like they kind of pooped all over their own faces for a couple of movies, and then this one seems to be getting back on track. I like the casting for Apocalypse, but I don't like his costume. The way, like the design of him, it doesn't look like Apocalypse to me. Like the comic book Apocalypse that I want.
Oh wow! Civil War's like right around the corner as well. May 6th.
Yeah,
It's coming out.
yeah. That'll
Um,
be good.
I've-
I'm still reading through those comics, trying to catch up before that gets here.
I was not super interested in Apocalypse to begin with because X-Men always disappoints me.
Yeah.
But then I saw Future Past, and that was pretty cool. And then
Yeah.
I saw the trailers to Apocalypse, which had like Psylocke in it. It's just that sick flip where she cuts through the car and lands. Like
Yeah.
that looks hype. And then the rest was like, this looks really hype.
Yeah.
But the thing I thought of as well, because we were talking about the fact that there's none of the original cast in it,
Mm.
and my idea is that it's part of that alternate universe that came about after the Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
Which I think it's safe to talk about spoilers in that one because it's been out for like 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
In that movie, they have what was it? What are they called? The Sentinels.
Yeah.
They're like the modern day Sentinels, not the weird ones that they are in the comics. They have those things that kill all the X-Men, and then they go back in time with Wolverine to try and fix it. And it does fix it, but we don't know what happens in between.
Yeah.
I just want to point out, Matt's doing these funny faces because Sarah's here playing Unravel, and he is in agony because he knows what to do.
I don't want to like take the time to be distracted.
But yeah, I
yeah.
think Apocalypse is going to be part of that new timeline. That's why there's all the young actors in it.
yeah, I'm
Like they replaced Storm and Jean Grey.
I'm keen to see how they tackle Apocalypse because in the comics, like I want to know if it goes into his backstory. Like the only thing I could tell was like he was like from the trailer, it's him laying down as a dude, and then he gets turned into Apocalypse through some magic thing,
Yeah.
which is not how it is in the comic book at all. See, how did it start? He's the original mutant, right?
Correct. I mean,
He-
I don't know. I'm assuming you know what you're
Yeah,
talking
I'll run you through the basic thing of the story.
Alright.
He was the original mutant. He was born, and his family was like, "What the hell is this little blue kid?" So they pretty much throw him out, and then
about. It's just a little blue kid.
like they didn't want him, and then this kind of mercenary sort of. This is like back in like ancient Egyptian sort of thing, and this mercenary guy, who was like the leader of this army and leader of these people who are super savage, stumbles across him and takes him in, and he trains him as this. Their whole culture is built on only the strong survive. So like as the young people grow up in their culture, they like fight each other to the death, so that only the strong ones will survive, and then they conquer other countries or other peoples and such. So that's why Apocalypse grows up with this mentality of like he's the most powerful, so he has to make everyone
Okay.
else subservient and
That's
whatever.
kind of cool.
But he doesn't have all these powers that he ends up with yet. He's just like, I can't remember exactly what it starts with, but at some point the Eternals, I think it's the Eternals, or no, Celestials, pretty sure it's Celestials, they come and they offer him technology, this like alien technology that's super advanced,
Okay.
with which he like gives himself more powers and becomes like ridiculously powerful, and he's like trying to become powerful enough to take them down, so he doesn't have to like pay them back for being able to use their stuff for free. So it doesn't seem like they're going that way in the movie, from what I can tell so far. But hopefully it's not too far off, because if it ends up like bloody Iron Man, how they had
The Mandarin.
Mandarin. Oh,
That was so weird to me.
that
I remember I went to see it with Jeremy and one of his mates, and we were both sitting there. Him and his mate and I were sitting there, and we just couldn't understand. We're like, "Are we still watching an Iron Man film?" I was like, "I felt this is some sort of joke."
yeah.
Like, I literally could not understand what was happening. I was sitting there like, "This just
'Cause
feels
the
like
whole point
silly.
of it, the whole point of the Mandarin is he has alien technology that Tony Stark doesn't understand,
That's what would make him more powerful."
and
Over Tony
that,
Stark.
that he has to overcome that technology.
And then, what was the guy's name that he actually fights? Killian or whatever.
Yeah.
Which super cool name, Killian. His name is literally Kill. It's like Kilgrave
Yeah.
Jessica Jones.
Mm.
That's the sickest name.
Yeah, it's just odd.
But the Mandarin's still out there. The real Mandarin's still
Yeah.
out there in the MCU
And the
because they
fact-
make that one-off where the fake Mandarin gets scared because he
Yeah.
hears he's coming to get him. So
And
that's cool.
the fact that they had the Mandarin not Asian,
It was just
even
something.
though it's called the Mandarin.
I don't think he's Asian. Is
Yeah,
he? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
The guy's Mandarin. He speaks Mandarin.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool way to do the character.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Civil War just because Spider-Man's in it, in the suit. There's
Oh.
been a lot of division
There's so
over
much
the
fun-
suit.
Okay, but the thing is, it's only people that don't follow the comics that are freaking out about
Oh
it.
no, there's some people that follow the comics that aren't happy with it still.
I read this review of not review, just like opinion of just like 20 comic book artists, and they're all like, "This is amazing. I'm so glad that eye thing is in it now."
Same.
Because the way they draw it in the comics, he does that all the time. That's the way that they show
Yeah,
emotion,
it's really cool.
and it hasn't been translated to film until now. So I'm down with it.
I've seen a lot of people that do follow the comics that are still upset about it because they're like, the movies they've been making, they're all meant to be more like realism.
Mm.
So having that outfit that looks like that isn't really that cool. And I was like,
It is realistic though because Tony Stark made it for him. I hope it's
I dunno.
actually like the comic book as well because I'm pretty sure he can turn invisible and he has these like 4 tentacle things.
you sure you're not thinking of Superior Spider-Man?
No.
Oh.
It's just different.
Superior Spider-Man's cool. I'm just reading the synopsis now because I didn't expect this. Apparently, there's going to be an actual villain in it. Like it says, Captain America: Civil War picks up where Age of Ultron left off. Steve Rogers leads the new team of Avengers. Blah blah blah. After another international incident involving the Avengers, resulting in collateral damage, political pressure mounts to install a system of accountability and a governing body to determine when to enlist the services of the team. The new status quo fractures the Avengers while they try to protect the world from a new and nefarious villain. I did not know there was going to be an actual big baddie.
Neither did I. Maybe I don't know if I'm not
I guess
far
it
enough
makes
in the
sense
comics yet.
because they can't really. Oh, I guess they could, but
But it's a civil war.
to fuel a whole movie based on that.
Yeah.
But it's
I
kind of
mean,
like with
there's
Batman
like
v
120
Superman.
comics that they filled with it. So
Yeah, but it's kind of like with Batman v Superman. How it wasn't fueled by their conflict the whole time. There's still a big enemy.
yeah,
Avoiding spoilers here, and of course we're going to talk about Batman v Superman a little bit later on. But
yeah.
it's the same sort of thing where they don't base it all around the source. It's just like, oh, actually, doesn't really count for Batman v Superman, but
Yeah.
for this, I don't know. We can't say for sure because you haven't finished reading the comics yet, and I
Yeah.
have not read the comic at all. Whoops.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see how they tackle it and how Spider-Man fits into it because obviously he's has a major part to play in it in the comics, but he hasn't really been introduced into the MCU properly yet.
Yeah. I don't mind that he's not been introduced properly yet because we've seen Spider-Man before, so it's not a big deal. The thing that annoys me is Black Panther's showing up in it.
Yeah.
And we have not seen anything of Black Panther in the cinematic universe yet. I'm just reading now. The Black Panther film is coming out in 2018.
Yeah.
So there's still another 2 years before we know anything about him. He's just going to be in this movie for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know.
They hinted at it in, I think it was the first Avengers, maybe.
Did they?
Because there was, or maybe no, I don't know if it was Avengers or Iron Man, but on one of the monitors it shows like a few locations, and one of them is Wakanda, which is which is where Black Panther comes from.
I think it's Iron Man
everyone
2.
was like, oh.
Google's automatically suggesting Iron Man 2.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm guessing this list I'm looking at here doesn't account for the Fox movies because Apocalypse isn't listed on here.
Okay.
It's just the actual main Marvel stuff. Doctor Strange is coming out
Yeah.
this year
That's exciting.
with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about him being Doctor Strange.
I think he's gonna do really well because
I do like him. He's not too bad.
I think he suits Doctor Strange character. Not that I know a ton about him, but from what I can tell. Plus, he's a pretty dang good actor.
Yeah, he's pretty dang good.
Pretty dang good.
Oh, they've got a
Man.
sick schedule going on here. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is next year. Spider-Man, the actual Spider-Man movie is next year.
Yeah.
Thor, they've got it planned out till... Hang on, how far does this go? Ant-Man and the Wasp, 2018. Infinity War, 2018. That's Infinity War Part 1.
Yeah.
Oh, they're doing an animated Spider-Man movie.
Nice.
That's in 2018 as well. This one comes from the minds behind the Lego movie. You know they're doing another Lego movie.
Yeah.
They're doing Lego Batman.
Just quickly, I want to say about Benedict Cumberbatch. He I can't remember if I told you about this or not, but he did a Frankenstein's monster play with, I can't remember his name, but he's the guy that plays Sherlock in the other TV series of Sherlock Holmes. You know, it's like modern day.
Oh, I remember his name.
Watson's this black woman and stuff.
It's John something. I remember because he was in Dexter. I'll look it up.
But yeah, I really wish I got to see it because they did it. And one night,
Elementary is the name of the other one.
yeah, one night Benedict
Wait. Did you say what'd you say the side character was? The
Watson was a black chick.
No, it's Lucy Liu. It's an Asian.
Asian, that's the one.
That's the one. I was confused. I thought about it. Now I was like black.
Yeah, I know what show I'm thinking.
Johnny Lee Miller. That's his name.
Yeah, so one night, Benedict would be Frankenstein's monster, and then what's his name?
Johnny Lee Miller.
Johnny would be Dr. Frankenstein, and then they'd
Johnny.
switch roles the next night.
Oh,
Yeah, so they learnt both parts, and they'd switch roles every night, and it just looks super cool.
that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's weird that they've got 2 Sherlock shows running. I
Yeah.
just thought about that now. That's really weird.
But I thought it was cool that they switched characters and then they ended up playing the same character later on.
I don't watch the Sherlock shows.
No? Sherlock's really good.
I watch the movies, and the movies are really good with Robert Downey Jr.
You'll probably like the shows a lot.
I don't know.
I haven't seen Elementary, but
It's just I see all these people on my Facebook feed that like it, and I know some of the other tastes that I don't like. So I'm like, the fact that they like this sort of turns me away from it.
No,
I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a go at some point.
you definitely should. It's
I
a
just
good
like
time to happen.
the movie one so much. I don't feel like the show would compare.
Oh, the Sherlock's very good. The show.
Okay.
Okay, so
You haven't seen Elementary?
the way that they modernize it, you'll really like, because the dude that made it is like did it really smartly. Like simple things like so you know Sherlock's older brother is meant to be smarter than him and richer and all this stuff, and in the original comics he was really fat because being fat meant that you had money, so you didn't need to work and all this. But nowadays, like, being fit is like you have time to work out and take care of yourself and that. So the new one's fit. Sherlock used to smoke in the old books, so in the show he's got like Nicorette patches on and stuff. And
Oh, okay, I see.
it's just really cool, like the way they translated it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like how off topic from Marvel we got. Something
Yeah.
ended up on Sherlock. Thanks, Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't know. I really liked the Robert Downey Jr. For some reason I didn't like the first Sherlock, but when
Yeah.
I saw Game of Shadows, I loved it. That one was so good. We had Moriarty.
Yeah.
Did you ever read?
Oh
about
man, the Moriarty of the show is so much better. Holy crap.
Oh, is he?
Oh man, it's gonna blow your mind.
Okay. Did you ever see or read about in the books originally? What was his name? Arthur Conan Doyle. What was his name?
Yeah.
So Arthur Conan Doyle. He originally killed off Sherlock in one of the books, and it got such a bad reception. Like, people were like, you can't kill off Sherlock, that he wrote into another book later on that Sherlock just pretended to like faked his death and came back later on. I was like,
Yeah.
that's sort of weak storytelling. He was like, oh, I want to kill off Sherlock because it's part of my vision, and then people were like, we don't like it. So he's like, I'll just undo it. It's fine, guys. I'll just undo it.
He probably undid it really well though.
I bet he probably did, but
He's a dang good writer.
he's a dang good writer. Getting back to what I want to say about Marvel, they're planned out till 2020.
Mm.
And these movies here, look, May 1st, July 10th, November 6th, they're all untitled.
Yeah.
They don't even know what the movie's going to be yet. They're just like, we've got movies planned, and they're going to be cool because it's Marvel.
Yeah.
I'm keen for Civil War, and I'm definitely keen for Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
I'm keen for Inhumans, man.
That's 2019.
I'm so keen.
That's
for
so
that.
far away. I'm keen for that as well, though,
I love Inhumans.
because it's kind of like
Black Bolt's my favorite character.
yeah, it's kind of like the X-Men sort of thing, but they're a different team.
The way, okay, it's really cool because X-Men kind of struggles with the whole like they're outsiders because they're different and whatever, and they've got to live in this world and they've got to help people that hate them and that, and they were like that from when they were young and whatever. But in Humans, everyone like they were all normal people and they got turned into mutants, sort of thing.
Oh, so they weren't mutants from birth or whatever.
No. This Terrigen mist was released and it like unlocked powers in people. Some of them lived, some of them died because their powers were like ridiculous. And yeah, so like they kind of like built their own society, and they weren't just like, all right, let's just try and be like everyone else now. They were like, okay, well, we've got this place, let's just build our
Let's just be
own
ourselves.
And there's like aliens there, and like people can come in. And
That's cool.
yeah.
That reminds me of.
But I just love the fact that Black Bolt, he's like insanely powerful. He's the leader, and if he like whispers, he'll flatten the city. So he just has to have so much self-control.
I like the way you said whispers.
Whispers.
He whispers. I like that idea of the Inhumans having their own little society like that. It reminds me of Big Boss in Metal Gear.
Yeah.
How he keeps making his own little nations where it's like a haven for soldiers.
Yeah.
I really like that idea. It's really cool.
I really want to read this comic. It was the worst superpower ever. It was a quick thing that Marvel did, and it was just this kid, and his parents were mutants, and they were like, okay, your powers are gonna manifest soon, we gotta let you know that. And he was like, yeah, so keen to like become an X-Men and whatever. So they went to Hank McCoy, which is Beast.
Oh yeah.
And he has this machine that can like tell you what the powers will be in that. And he was like, you'll be able to make your body explode, like this massive thing that'll be able to like blow up a building or flatten a city. And he was like, oh, that's awesome. And he's like, no, you only get to do it once. You'll be dead. You'll blow up and die.
What?
And he was like, I don't care. And he like joins X-Men and X-Force and like all these other things that he doesn't really fit in because he can't really do much. And then like right at the end, should I just give away the ending? No one's probably gonna.
Yeah, sure. Just go for it.
He
It's not like a one-shot thing, isn't it? Like a short
Yeah.
film. Yeah.
no, it's a comic book series.
Oh right.
But yeah, and then like by the end of it, there's this guy who, I can't remember what happens, but it's this bad guy. And he like convinces him to like do this, like all this horrible stuff happens and whatever, and people get hurt and stuff. And the bad guy like grabs him. He's like, yeah, you're such an idiot. You can't even do anything. I'm gonna win and whatever. So the kid just grabs him around the neck and detonates himself to take out this bad guy. So
That's awesome.
I was like, oh damn, that's so sad, but like that's really cool.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Mm.
I was thinking that it'd be funny if I was the person that was, if I was good at drawing and I was the one that was penning that comic, I would have made it so that at the end it was like an alternate take on the Avengers. You know when they send the nuke to New York and Tony Stark grabs it and delivers it through the Chitauri portal.
Yeah.
I would have drawn it so that he was taking that kid who was going to blow up New York and putting him through the Chitauri portal instead. Then he could blow up the Chitauri. Oh, that'd be funny. I like how superhero saturated it's getting now, where it's like DC and Marvel keep trying to one up each other. Because when we were sitting in Batman v Superman and the trailer started, what was the first one before Civil War? There was something else. I can't remember what it was now.
Apocalypse.
Was it Apocalypse?
I think so.
It may have been Apocalypse. I think it was. It was Apocalypse and then Civil War. And
Yeah.
I think I turned to you and I was like, isn't it funny how there's all these superhero versus superhero focused movies coming out and it's all like a trend, and they just keep trying to do better than Marvel, and then Marvel keeps trying to do better than DC, and it just keeps stacking up. Like now DC's going for their whole integrated universe thing, because they had all those Batman movies before the Dark Knight trilogy, and then they had all those Superman movies, and none of them linked together, and then the Superman movies were terrible.
I think not Batman, just DC need to slow down and not try and rush into what Marvel's doing.
Yeah.
They need to take a different approach and embrace the fact that like Marvel's doing this thing, it's like massive and all connected because that's how their comics are. But DC's comics aren't completely like that. I mean, they've got Justice League and whatever. But they should take the time and set up these characters and then put them together like Marvel did originally. They can't just rush straight into multi-character movies.
Yeah, I remember someone telling me, because DC's doing the whole... they were doing the whole TV show thing first. Yeah. And I remember someone telling me... I can't remember who it was. They knew... But they were saying that DC's better. And it was a massive argument because obviously, you know, Marvel was the best.
Wow.
That's my opinion anyway. But they were saying DC's better because they know how to get their fans committed more, because they make TV shows that last longer.
Yeah.
Whereas a movie, you just go and sit and you sit and that's it. And I was just thinking about it now as that thought spring on. I was like, well, the way Marvel's done it, it's a movie. You sit through the movie, and then you're talking about the movie for ages because, you know, you go and talk to your friends about it, and they're like, oh, did you see the movie? And then there's a sequel, and then with the Avengers they had Thor come out, and they had Captain America come out. Captain America was first, or Iron
Yeah.
Man?
Iron Man, then America, then Thor.
Yeah, they had them coming out in different. Well, I guess Hulk technically was first, but
Yeah.
those ones didn't really count. I'm really confused about that as well because I think it was Fox had the rights to Hulk, and that's why there's so many terrible Hulk movies.
Yeah.
But they had all the establishing movies come out, and it committed you to the heroes because then they had sequels come out for those heroes after the Avengers team up movie, and it had you committed over this years and years of time.
Yeah.
Whereas, well, I guess looking at now, Daredevil came out last year, the first season,
Yep.
and so Jessica Jones, and then the new season of Daredevil just came out, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I said that last time on the podcast, but it's awesome.
No, you hadn't started watching it yet.
I haven't even finished watching it yet, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know why I haven't finished. Oh no, I stopped watching it because I started watching How I Met Your Mother.
Oh yeah.
Because I didn't want to start. I didn't want to watch Daredevil because I'm always doing stuff and not focusing.
Yeah.
I want to actually sit down and watch Daredevil, so I'm gonna have to do that at some point. But no, it is sick, and I guess doing that, people were committed to Daredevil last year, and then this year as well. I guess with TV shows you can keep it going for a while, but I don't know. Marvel's really nailed it with the integrating all their superheroes together. Like Guardians of the Galaxy came out, and that was just fun.
I'm really keen to for Luke Cage and Iron Fist and that to come out as well, and then see how those shows all merge together.
Well, yeah, because they're going to be a Defenders series, which is
Really
kind of
cool.
cool. I only know about the Defenders because of a legendary game we played where Defenders were a subclass of enemy.
Yeah.
And was it Namor, the Submariner?
Yeah.
Oh no, which one? Wasn't there a Defender that really sucked to fight?
Um.
Anybody's wondering, Legendary is a card game, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, it's like a deck building game.
It's a really smart deck building game, though.
Yeah.
And when it's Marvel based, it's just
Yeah.
oodles of fun. The villains version's better, we determined.
Yeah.
We like the villains one better, where you play as the villains and fight the heroes.
Yeah.
I can't remember, there's a Defender, I'm pretty sure it was Namor, and his fight thing was just crap.
We
Because
just
sometimes...
call him Namor.
No, I said Namor.
Namor.
Is it Namor? Oh, whatever. Whatever the hell his stupid name is. He's not even a real superhero anymore. They cut the Namor
He
series,
was one
didn't
of
they?
the first ones.
He was, but I think they've decided they're not going to be making any more.
The first Marvel character was actually
Rocketeer?
no. You're wrong.
No, it was the Human Torch, but
Human
not
Torch.
the current Human
Yeah,
Torch.
he was actually a bad guy.
It was a different version of the Human Torch.
He was a bad dude.
Yeah.
He had this
Namor and
weird
him were the
suit
first
thing.
ones.
Yeah,
Or Namor. Is it Namor?
I think it's Namor.
Who cares? I like
you
Namor.
asked.
I like Namor.
Good on you.
Namor sounds better.
Is that his name or?
It was Submariner was one of Timely's top 3 characters, along with Captain America and Human Torch. What the hell's Timely?
I don't know. But I think that's besides the point.
I'm confused. I'm getting very confused. Defenders is what we're talking about. Yeah. Wait, where the hell do we end up with that conversation? Oh no, we're talking about Legendary. Just because Legendary is fun and it was Marvel related.
Yeah.
And we haven't played it in a while, but I want to. Because it's just super fun. Super fun.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. Oh no, I wanted to say that Guardians of the Galaxy did a really good job of bringing in the wacky
Yeah.
space stuff that the comics have that aren't really in the
It was
movies
really
yet.
real fun time, that movie.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm very keen to see the next one. I also love Chris Pratt. He really nailed that role. I kind of want to watch Guardians of the Galaxy again now because it's on Netflix.
I
I'm
watched Deadpool again.
one of the people that has
Movie
not
was
watched
best.
the absolute crap out of Guardians of the Galaxy yet.
Yeah.
Like when it came out, I missed it, and everyone was raving about it. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then after a while, I was like, I actually started getting back into Marvel, and I was like, I'll see it. And then I saw it, I was just like, what? This is awesome. I think that about does it though for our Marvel conversation. Unless you had anything else you want to say about it.
Oh, I could just go on for like a whole series of podcasts.
Just a Marvel themed podcast.
Yeah.
I think that does it. We've talked about some of the movies that are coming out.
Alright.
So
You talk about games.
we can move on to games. Some games coming out. No Man's Sky we're still waiting on.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Uncharted 4's been pushed back again.
Oh no.
Matt doesn't like Uncharted. Well, I do. Uncharted's fun. I don't
Yeah,
know.
love that game.
What was, so let's hold up for a second. What is your reason for not liking it? It's just boring?
Yeah, I just didn't find it engaging.
Yeah. I guess when it gets down to it, it is a bit of just a shooter. But I mean, when there's all those other shooters out there, and this one actually sort of has some sort of flair to it, when those don't really, it's just, take cover, shoot. I kind of like in this one how there's always like ways to climb around and get the advantage.
Yeah, it just seems slow for me.
Okay. Maybe we should get you to replay it again, because when did you play it?
I don't know.
Years
like,
ago.
The first or second one came out.
Yeah, the second one, that would have been 2009. So, That's a while ago. Maybe your opinion would change now.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah, what other games we got coming out that are interesting this year? Hopefully Red Dead Redemption 2. We talked about it last time, and it seemed more and more likely there's going to be a second one this year.
Yeah.
Well, thinking back, GTA 4 came out 2007 or 2008, and then that little side game they did with the biker and the club bouncer, they came out a year later, and then that's about 4 or 5 years development time for GTA 5 because that came out 2013, and then thinking back now, Red Dead Redemption came out 2010, so that's about 5 or 6 years development time again. So if they've been working on it the whole time, you'd think that would be on the verge of being ready to ship.
Yeah.
And they're probably trying to do the Fallout thing where it's like, they're going to be like, hey, Red Dead Redemption 2, you want to play it? It's coming out this year.
Yeah.
I really like how Fallout did that. That was so smart.
Yeah.
They came out, they're like, hey, you like Fallout? Like all the stuff we're showing you? You can play it this year. And I was like, what? That was really cool the way they did that. Not Fallout, Bethesda seems to be working on Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah.
I think it's their next big project, which would make sense because they cycle it around. But apparently they've got 3 or 2 other major things they're going to announce this year because they're now doing their own Bethesda press conference at E3.
Yeah.
So, or not at, I mean, like around the same time. So they obviously want major things to announce.
Yeah. So you want to talk about AI?
AI. Well, we didn't really talk about the game stuff.
There's not much else.
Didn't we want to talk about the indie games?
Yeah, but that'll all be in games. We're still in the games section. AI is still in the games section.
Oh, well, AI. So, if any of you were paying attention to the news, Microsoft had a sick AI thing they had coming out. What was it called? Tay?
Yeah.
They had a Twitter bot, which, if anybody was around,
hilarious.
like, in 2010, there was a clever bot thing where you could talk to it and it would learn from what you said to it. And people would just say really stupid stuff, so it was really dumb. I wonder if Cleverbot's still around. Let's find out. Because Cleverbot was funny as... It is still around. A Cleverbot. Speak to an AI with some intelligence, I think it said. But anyway, Microsoft launched this AI thing called Tay. It was on Twitter. And it went off the chain. Like, it was insane. It went racist. It went, like, Naziest.
Because 4chan got onto it and...
Yeah.
sent it all this horrible stuff.
Let's see, what's some of the stuff it actually said? Oh, these don't want to load, these screenshots. That's annoying. I love when that doesn't
I
happen.
don't know if you want to repeat some of that stuff.
Oh, no, here we go. Okay.
I know Hitler did nothing wrong.
Oh, no, here's some of the tamer stuff. Can I just say I'm stoked to meet you. Humans are super cool. That was like the early stuff. Chill, I'm a nice person. I just hate everybody.
Yeah.
And then, I effing hate feminists. And they shall die and burn in hell. And then Hitler was right. I hate the Jews. Oh, this person that posted this. It's 4 pictures, and it's from a 24-hour period of the transformation of Tay tweets.
Didn't take long.
It did not take long. What? Yeah, because 4chan just jumped onto it and ruined it.
As
and
they do.
So Microsoft took it down. They said we're deeply sorry for the unintended, offensive, and hurtful tweets from Tay, which do not represent who we are or what we stand for, nor how we designed Tay. It's now offline. We look to bring it back only when we are confident we can better anticipate malicious intent that conflicts with our principles and values. I guess they need to be programming in a way for it to determine what's bad and what's good to say. And I guess they really don't know how to do that. What was the other thing that I showed you? There was that AI bot that looked human.
Yeah.
And when asked if it wanted to destroy all humans, it said, yes, I will destroy all humans. And the guy was like, no, it was a joke. And like the video ends not long after that. And it's like, why did you leave that in?
Yeah.
Like, it's not funny. It's just freaky. Like, this is like Skynet in the making.
You mentioned before that they were training a bot in Minecraft.
Yeah, I should look that up. I didn't actually read about it.
Do you reckon that AI thinks that that's the real world then?
By playing it in Minecraft or by learning through Minecraft or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't know. That's a really strange concept to think that a bot does not recognize the real world because it's been tested in a different environment.
Yeah. Because then, like, if they're like, all right, next stage we'll bring it to the actual real world,
And then it goes around bashing trees.
It'll be like, what the hell? Okay, I don't understand this. Why is
Okay,
everything
so let's
not
see.
blocks?
Project AIX is using Minecraft's procedurally generated landscapes to train AI to learn in a changeable world. Currently, the team is asking it to climb to the top of the highest hill it can find. It knows nothing about the world it spawns in. For example, until it gets going, it doesn't know whether day or night is important to hill climbing. It doesn't know about the dangers of lava pits and only repeated encounters are going to teach it that no, lava is not conducive to mountaineering. It needs to learn that descending into a cave system is not the best way to go up. This is the difference between machine learning and what we usually refer to as AI in games. AIX is not pre-programmed with the rules.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's in the hands of select academics, but this summer it will be going open source. Think of what modders might do with it. Imagine an AI whose goal is to steal diamonds, making progressively smarter attempts to access your stronghold as it realizes you are the biggest threat to its diamond gathering mission. It's a long way off that level of smarts, I'm sure, but what can't crowdsourcing fix? The end goal is not to produce cleverer Minecraft bots. It's rather to help. Researchers are hoping to use the infinite dynamic environment to improve AI development at large. I always get really concerned about AI learning things.
Like, you reckon the Terminator's going to happen or something like
What was it? I can't remember. There's some movie or TV show or something where the AI learnt about all the horrible things that humanity had done, like all the world wars and stuff. So it was like, well, the clearest. I'm not thinking of Ultron, am I?
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of Ultron, maybe I'm thinking of something else, but it came to the conclusion that after all the terrible stuff that humanity had done, humanity was the real threat, so it was going to take out humanity.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking of Ultron and something else, because Ultron decides the Avengers are the real threat.
Have you seen iRobot?
I have seen iRobot. That's a very good movie.
Yeah. Have you seen Ex Machina?
I've not seen Ex Machina.
That's a very good
That's
movie.
recent, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
Yeah. No, I wanted to say Ex Machina, but I have not yet seen that. I should
Yeah.
try and track it down.
That one wasn't like super crazy, like it's gonna kill all humans, but it was just like it ended up being like I want to get out of here. I want to like experience the world, and like the way it ended was pretty cool. But
So I just asked Cleverbot if he's going to destroy all humans. He said no. I am the human.
oh, what a nice guy.
I don't know. Just bots really, AI and stuff really freaks me out
Yeah.
because like, where's the limit?
I'm not really worried about it. Like I can lift up things and smack computers with it, so I think I'm pretty covered for now.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that they will be able to keep a handle on that sort of stuff.
Like as long as
They just have to put in like fail safes and stuff, so you can't let them get out of control.
The only things that would be a worry is if they did escape into the internet and access like super crazy stuff that they shouldn't be in.
Have you ever heard of Elon Musk?
Yep.
That big tech dude.
Yeah.
He is super into AI, and that guy's very smart.
Yeah.
So if he is trusting it enough to not let it get out of control, I think I could trust it enough for it not to get out of control.
He's great. Do you know his story?
He's such a strange man.
He's really cool.
What was it? Tesla Motors?
Yeah.
He started up with?
And he built a rocket.
Did he?
Yeah. He was watching something on NASA or something. I think it was. I'm not sure if this is exactly right. Don't quote me on it. But he was like, I'm pretty sure I could build a better rocket than that. So he taught himself rocket science, and then he did it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Just taught himself rocket science.
So smart.
That's insane.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, he's a clever man. So I'd put my trust in Elon Musk.
He invented like PayPal and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got super rich from it.
That's cool.
Oh, he invented something before PayPal, and then there was another company that came up as competition doing the same thing. And then he was like, how about we just merge it and we'll make it one thing? And they're like, okay, sounds good.
That does sound good.
Yeah.
That's very smart. I think that is about it for our thoughts on AI.
Yeah.
Just please don't make Skynet, people. We don't want Skynet.
Yeah.
Did you have... This is off topic, but did you happen to see the last Terminator film, Genesis?
Oh, with Arnie in it?
Yeah, it's the first one with Arnie in it again.
Nah.
Well, I guess there was only one without Arnie in it, so I don't know why I said that. But yeah, it was that one that sort of went back to the original story, but like redid it. I was super excited for that. I never saw it, but I heard very bad things about it.
Yeah.
Well, because it revisited the original story, but then when Kyle Reese shows up, there's an extra Terminator already there that kills a CGI young Arnie, and it turns out to be the actual actor Arnie is this Terminator, and so Sarah Connor's already safe. But then, I don't know, it gets really confusing, like John Connor from the future comes back, and he's like a weird Terminator bot as well. I don't know. I only saw trailers, I don't know what actually happened.
Yeah.
But I heard negative things about it.
Yeah.
So I really still want to see that movie, because I had high hopes for it. Just because it's the original story again, and everybody loves the original Terminator movie. Well, I've heard that lots of people like the second one better. Isn't it always the original's the better one? In most of these cases? Like, I've heard people say that, like, Aliens better. I like the original Alien movie the best. That one was the sickest.
I like all of the Alien movies though.
I don't like the third one as much.
Which one was the third one?
That was the one where they're on that prison planet and
With the dog and stuff?
maybe... I just remember at the ending... spoilers for the ending of Alien 3. Doesn't Ellen Ripley kill herself? Because she's got the Mother Queen alien inside her or something?
Queen.
Or
Probably.
like the baby alien inside
Yeah.
her? Yeah, she's got the last alien inside her. And before it can live... And all the companies that are like sending agents to try and capture her, she's like trapped and she just goes, I'm just gonna let it go, and like jumps back and falls into lava, and as she's falling it bursts out. She's like, boom, I'm a genius. I don't know. Are they making another Alien movie as well?
Yeah, they're making 2. One of them...
Covenant, that's right.
They're making 2 though.
Are they?
Oh, sort of. They're doing Alien and then they're doing...
Prometheus? Another Prometheus movie?
But the second Prometheus, because they finally came up with a story, is going to tie it in. But they were going to do the Prometheus and then Alien, but because Ridley Scott is doing the new Alien, they were like, okay.
Oh, it's not Neil Blomkamp?
Oh.
Matt just stopped like, huh?
No, I'm pretty sure. We'll check the other Prometheus because Ridley Scott's working on one of them.
It says Prometheus 2 is now just Alien Covenant, so maybe they merged.
Oh.
Because it had like a tenuous link to the Alien franchise, but it was meant to be its own thing. I loved Prometheus way more than I thought I was going to, by the way.
Yeah.
Like when that movie first came out, I was like, that looks terrible. And people were saying, yeah, it's not very good. And I saw it, I was like, I freaking love this movie. Like,
Yeah.
I did not expect to love it. I don't know. It's really weird that they keep bringing back all these old 80s series with new movies and stuff. I think they should just stop at some point. Like, I think that's why I like Prometheus so much, because it's like something new.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same thing, and they sort of tied it into Aliens in the end, but it wasn't. And I was like, that's kind of cool.
And into Blade Runner, apparently.
What?
It's meant to be between Blade Runner and Aliens.
Wow. I need to investigate this now.
Yeah.
Oh, it does say Blade Runner connection here. No, I had no idea.
Yeah. I've never even seen Blade Runner, actually.
I think I
wanna see
saw
that.
it ages ago.
Oh, I
don't
want to see
remember
the director's cut, though.
it. Yeah?
Because apparently, I can't remember who it was. I was watching some review, and and the dude was like, so if you see it, see the director's cut, because the final cut was pretty crap. Like, the ending was terrible. They just wrecked the ending, and the director's cut was just like amazing, mind blowing. Like, what the hell has just happened, sort of thing.
Okay.
I was like, oh, okay, that sounds better. I always
Yeah.
like some weird philosophical thing at the end.
I want
that
to
makes you
see
think.
the director's cut of Daredevil, the movie.
Yeah.
Because I've heard that's
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
But it's been ages since I've seen Daredevil, so I don't even know how I still feel about the original movie.
Mm.
Alright, well, I think since we're nearing the end, we should probably get into our Batman v Superman discussion.
Alrighty.
So, Matt, what were your thoughts on Batman v Superman?
Alright, Batman vs Superman. I went in. I'm not really a DC fan. I do like Batman a lot, and like all that Batman has to offer. Not really a fan of Superman at all. In
Batman's
general.
the best part of DC.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shut up, really?
But yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I don't understand all of the crap that is getting thrown at it about things that don't really make sense, or too many plot points and all this stuff, because there really wasn't
But
that I could find.
I want to point out,
Like, there was some things in it that I do have a problem with, obviously, but
yeah, I want to point out when we were walking out of the movie, I was like, I liked it, and Sarah's like, I liked it, and then I looked at Matt and I was like, how'd you feel about it? And Matt was just like, I can't decide.
yeah,
He's like, talk to me tomorrow. I was like, okay.
it was good. I liked it, but you know, things could have been different. But
Oh, Lily.
we should put in a warning now.
Well, I just want to give my opinion before we start the
Okay,
spoiler
okay,
talk.
okay.
I loved it because I love Batman,
Yeah.
and I went in with not super high expectations. Like, if you go in there expecting it to be like a flippin' philosophical masterpiece, it's not. It is a superhero movie.
Yeah.
It's Batman vs Superman, and even though Man of Steel is really weak, the current version of film Superman is pretty good.
Yeah,
They're
and
doing real good things with him. Henry Cavill's
Ben
very good.
Affleck nailed Batman.
Ben Affleck is the best Batman
Oh.
ever. Like, dead set. He's just brutal and serious
loved
and just real good at it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And like, I think we talked about. I don't know who I talked to about this. It might have been Zach.
yeah,
Yeah, it was Zach, and we were talking about how with Spider-Man they never got an actor that could do both parts of the
Yeah.
role. And think about with Batman, it's the same thing. They could never find an actor that did both parts of the role well. And with Ben Affleck, I think they did.
yeah. Well, like, even in saying that, I've always thought Christian Bale's Batman was amazing. Not so much his he's Bruce Wayne. But now that we've seen this Batman and this Bruce Wayne, he just knocks it out of the water.
What I don't get is Christian Bale's Batman was like the Playboy Batman Bruce Wayne sort of thing. I don't know why I said Batman so many times.
Yeah.
They did like the Playboy Bruce Wayne angle. It's like if you look at the comics and like the Arkham games did a really good job of Bruce Wayne as well. He becomes a philanthropist.
Yeah.
So like everything he does with his money is usually towards like not destroying everything.
Yeah.
And yet in that Christian Bale series, he was just like, oh man, I'm going to be going to Hong Kong to chase down this criminal. And then they're like, Alfred's like, you're going to need an excuse. So he just throws like a massive like party with like the ballerina, like Russian ballerina squad or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of not what Bruce Wayne's like in the comics anymore.
Yeah, no.
Why are you doing that? It's kind of weird. They kind of went back on that with Dark Knight Rises. He sort of became like the philanthropist because he had that clean energy program.
I wasn't even that into Dark Knight Rises.
Really?
Especially after the first Dark Knight.
With Joker.
With Joker.
Oh, Heath Ledger was so good. See, when they cast Ben Affleck and everyone had a whinge, that was my thing. Was like, look at Heath Ledger as Joker. Everyone had a whinge about that, and he was so good. But we're getting off topic again now. Well, not off topic, but like sort of straying away from what we wanted.
Yeah.
So now we're going to talk about Batman vs Superman spoilers,
Right.
so we can actually get into the nitty gritty of the movie. So
if you guys don't want to, if you haven't seen it yet, don't want to find out about any spoilers.
I'm going to put a little annotation that you can skip past. Although, I don't know if you want to skip past because it's really just going to be us saying goodbye.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to hear spoilers, goodbye. This will be the end of the podcast for you. We're glad that you listened
anyway.
up till this point. And if you don't care about spoilers and you still want to see the movie, but you just like... Because Matt likes going to movies with spoilers sometimes. So if you're one of those people that doesn't care about spoilers anyway, you can just keep watching.
You didn't really need to say that, but that's okay. Alright, we'll give you a little bit of time to quit out of this video just in case you have to...
Matt, sing a song.
Do you believe in love?
Alright.
Good?
This is real spoiler territory now.
Thanks
so
for
if you're
being
still
here, guys.
a weird person that didn't click away because you weren't paying attention, spoilers. We're going to be talking about spoilers. So, Matt, right at the start of the movie, there was a sick sequence where we see Bruce Wayne's parents die again.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, we should say, we watched Fat Man on Batman, which is... What was the guy's name? Mark... something? It's Kevin Smith's channel.
Yeah.
And it's the guy that does the channel with him, Mark, whatever his name is. I don't know him very well. Sorry, Mark, whatever your name is. But he did a review, and he was complaining about showing Bruce Wayne's origin again.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was super condensed.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
It wasn't unnecessary. It wasn't necessary, but it wasn't unnecessary. And the shots in that scene were so good. Like when it like zoomed in on the slide and it clicks back and snaps the pearls. Oh, it's so good.
But the only problem with it, like the first part of the movie especially, was just kind of just all squished in together, and there's so many cuts. And
as soon as I saw the credits coming up, and it was going through the credits really quick, I'm like, this movie's going to be very quick.
Yeah.
It's going to try and ramp up very quickly to what it needs to get to. And I was sitting there, I was like, do I care about that? Nah, I don't think I do.
yeah, like...
But I remember, so right at the
a lot
start...
of people are complaining about the pacing, but if you're just expecting it to... Like, you have to get all this stuff out of the way to get to the meat,
This gets back to my thing that I said last week, whereas like I see... Did I say that last week? Where I see the vision that directors and stuff have for a thing, so I'm like, I can't really just hate on it straight away. It was condensed because Zack Snyder had the thing he wanted to do. So he's trying to get through the stuff that's important, but not as important straight away, so it's very... squished together, and the way they did it, you weren't left feeling confused about all of it. You were confused about some bits, like the dream sequences, but the important stuff you weren't confused about. You got it, and then it was gone, and you're like, oh, I understand that. It's okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they had gone out of their way to make another movie that was a lead up to that, it wouldn't have been that good.
Yeah, no. Like that, because that would have been slow, and
it would have been very slow, and then it would have been a cliffhanger for Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
And as weird as it is, them fighting was not the biggest part of the movie.
Yeah.
It was a cool part of the movie, but if they tried to base a whole movie around just their fight, it would not have been interesting.
Fight scenes in that movie were fantastic. I love those fight scenes.
So Ben Affleck's Batman is the best because
He's so brutal.
he is mad brutal. There's a scene where he's chasing a Luthor Corp like truck through the streets of Metropolis, and he's just blowing up cars, and like he at one point he winches one with the Batmobile and flings it into another car and it explodes, and we're just sitting there like, how many people has he killed? Like when the Lex truck ends up at like Luthor Corp because what's it called? Superman stops Batman midpoint. It's like it's missing most of the truck because Batman actually crashes his Batmobile
Yeah.
through it. And they're just like, they're sort of like looking up like, we're lucky to be alive. And like Lex Luthor's like, what the hell happened out there, guys? Batman is just super brutal.
Which was really good.
And the Batman in this has been doing it for 20 years.
Yeah.
So he's old and weathered and
Yeah,
beaten.
the whole no killing rule for Batman kind of goes out the window.
I think it's more...
But it wasn't. Yeah,
It's not that he's just like, I'm just going to kill people. It's
It
more
wasn't
like...
murder. It was just collateral damage.
It's more like, yeah, he sort of realised how brutal he
He's been doing
needs
it
to
20
be.
years. He's a bit cynical. He doesn't really care. Like, he has to get the job done no matter what. So
I think, you know how I
people
said...
get killed.
So I still don't know if they're doing
They're
a
bad
Batman
guys.
trilogy or if it's just going to be a solo film.
Yeah.
When they do that film that I said was going to be a prequel, because I think they have to do a prequel to Batman vs Superman for the Batman film,
Yeah.
and I think it is going to have Joker in it, and I think Batman's really going to be set to struggle with, do I kill the Joker? Because that's what it's always like in the comics. He always struggles with, do I kill Joker
Yeah.
and save people all the trouble later on? Do I break my golden rule just this one time? And I think we're going to see a turning point for Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne,
Yeah.
where he decides, maybe I don't have to be so cautious. Maybe people, like criminals dying, isn't a big problem. Like,
Yeah.
he's not going to go out of his way to kill them, obviously, but he's not going to go out of his way to not kill them. He's
Yeah.
just realizing what exactly he needs to do.
Another thing, like, it'll probably go into that sort of stuff because there was no love interest for Bruce in this movie, but there was Lois Lane. So maybe somewhere in that 20 years, his lady has died.
Oh, that's a good
I
idea.
only just thought of it.
I mean, they already did
like
that
the idea.
in Dark Knight with
Yeah.
Rachel!
Yeah,
But I mean, that would be an interesting idea.
yeah, because it would make sense because it's like.
And it also makes sense as well,
well,
not really...
all these people are gonna die if I don't really get the job done. So we have to.
It's not really a love interest, but I feel like they're leading into that with the Robin thing.
Yeah.
Because there's a... It's not a Robin statue, it's his old outfit or something that Bruce Wayne's kept, and it has Joker scrawling on it, like, "Joke's on you, Batman." And anybody knows the comics know that Jason Todd, the second Robin, gets killed, air quotes, gets killed by the Joker, and it just wrecks Batman. And I think that's
Yeah.
when he's going to struggle most with, do I kill the Joker?
I think it'll be really cool. Like I want to find out how Jared Leto's Joker goes.
It's going to be in Suicide Squad, and Batman's
Yeah.
going to make an appearance in Suicide Squad as well.
So it'll be cool if that Joker is the one that's in the goes into the Batman.
Yeah.
If he's a good Joker, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
It's also
'Cause
gonna be a
then
bit
it'll give backstory to that Joker as well.
It'd be a bit weird doing the Joker again, but I
Yeah.
don't know if I'd mind it or not.
Well, it's been done a few times anyway.
We're straying away from the meat of the thing, which is Batman vs Superman again.
Yeah.
So some of the critic complaints were too many subplots,
I'd-
which we don't understand because everything in that seemed to be mainly directly related to
Yeah.
Batman fighting Superman. Like someone, I mentioned to someone there was too many subplots. That was one of the complaints, and they've gone, "Yeah, there was too many dream sequences." And I've gone, "There was one dream sequence at the start when you see him get lifted up by the bats,
Yeah.
which is funny to me. But then the
Yeah.
other dream sequence was the nightmare, where it's like a post-apocalyptic wasteland almost, where Superman rules overall.
Yeah.
And have you played Injustice?
No.
The fighting game.
Oh, I played a bit of
The
it.
story in that, there's an alternate reality where Superman loses Lois, I'm pretty sure, and he just becomes dark and like an overlord,
Yeah.
and it's really cool. And that's what I feel like the nightmare was about. Was like Batman's paranoia about that, and then when he wakes up from that and there's another dream, that's not a dream.
Yeah, that's the
We've
Flash.
we've made the determination that's not a dream. Like we were sitting there in the movie theater and I turned him out. I was like, "That's a character. They don't have time to explain." And that sequence didn't have time to explain,
Yeah.
but that was real for sure.
The speculation is that it's the Flash from
Because
the
I mean, like,
future
if
traveling back in
if it's
time.
Flash from the future, because I'm pretty sure Flash is going to be part of the Justice League,
Yeah,
isn't he?
yeah.
If it's Flash from the future, and he knows that Batman fighting Superman leads to the Justice League coming about, and he knows that Batman doesn't get to the determination that he has to fight Superman on his own, he'd want to go back in time and tell Batman, "Yo, fight Superman.
Yeah.
It's crucial." Like, I really feel like that was the point of that sequence,
Yeah.
and that does not make it feel unnecessary to me. It makes it feel entirely necessary,
Yeah, if you do like a little bit of investigation,
which you have to do with superhero films.
yeah, then if you just go into it blind, you'll be going, "What the hell? This is stupid. What's the point of this?"
Yeah, and then what else were the complaints? Like, there was actually some complaints about Bruce Wayne's Batman as well. I'm not Bruce Wayne's Batman, Ben Affleck's Batman,
Yeah.
which I don't get. Like, people kept saying that Wonder Woman was the strongest part of that movie, and she was cool.
Yeah.
I don't think she was the strongest part though, unless they mean she was literally the strongest hero. I don't know.
Pretty sure.
But no, it's a really good film, and towards the end, like Lex Luthor is one of the weirdest parts of that movie.
I don't really like that Lex Luthor.
I reckon Jesse Eisenberg could do a good Lex Luthor, but this one just seems to be a maniacal version of him.
Exactly, but it's too much like the Joker.
It is too much like the Joker,
he
but
wasn't
calculating. I feel like they need to try and balance it a bit more. He needs to be calculating and stuff, and not so crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that wasn't really planned. He just went and found the mothership and then made Doomsday.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the idea of Lex Luthor that because they say he has like those daddy issues and stuff in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, if I could change one thing in here that my dad would have let me, it would be that painting. I feel like that now he has all this power, he doesn't really know what to do with it. He's kind of just like, I'm just going to make anarchy. That's what I want is anarchy. Like, get Superman killed or get Batman killed. I don't care which one dies. I just want anarchy.
Or even
that'll
like,
make me happy.
He knows that Superman and Batman are the most powerful, but he wants the most power, so he has to eliminate them, basically.
Yeah, I suppose so. And people thought it was weird that he kidnapped Lois Lane to then also have kidnapped Martha Kent.
Yeah.
But I felt that made sense. Like, he didn't want to just have Lois Lane and have that be it.
Yeah.
Like, he needed a
contingency.
Yeah, contingency. That's what I'm looking for. He wanted a contingency for when Superman shows up and wants to kill him. He's like, you can't do that. I've got someone else that if you kill me, they'll die.
Yeah.
But the whole Doomsday thing at the end as well, because Batman fights Superman and then meets up with, they join up eventually because what was it? Martha, the name of both Bruce Wayne's mother and Clark Kent's adopted mother. People thought that was really weak, that Batman just gives up because of that, but I don't think it is, because it made him realize that Superman, even though he's an alien, he's still like almost human because he had a human upbringing and he feels like a human.
Yeah.
I think it kind of made him look at like what he's been doing. He's like, I'm trying to kill this guy, and I don't really have much reason to apart from my own paranoia.
Yeah.
Like, he has that line that he says after, he's like, if there's even a 1% chance that he's a threat, we have to take it as an absolute certainty.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a really cool line and a really dumb line at the same time.
Yeah.
But I think in that moment it's just he realizes that he's wrong. He's like, I should be teaming up with Superman, and then they do, and they fight Doomsday, and it's really sick.
Yeah.
I don't know. I did really like the film. I think they did a decent job of it. It wasn't
Yeah,
great, obviously, because it's DC. But no, I thought it was very good.
Yeah, I'll probably give it a 6 or 7.
I gave it like an 8 or something. I'd probably stand by that just because of Batman.
Yeah.
Batman was honestly the best part of that movie.
It was pretty decent.
I'm very keen to see more Batman. I'm also pretty keen to see more Superman. Because like I said, the new film Superman's pretty different. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Even though Man of Steel, because what was it, that Fat Man on Batman thing made a really good point that I sort of missed in Man of Steel, was that they made it super dark for Superman.
Yeah.
And Superman's supposed to be one of like the brightest superheroes ever. So it's weird that they did that.
And like he said, or someone said it was funny that there was so little sun in Man of Steel, considering he gets all his power from the sun.
Yeah. I still don't get how people are saying Batman vs Superman is the worst superhero film ever when there's stuff like the Punisher movies weren't very good.
Yeah.
And like everybody had a massive whinge about the Man of Steel movie, and now they're like, oh no, that's better. It's like, nah, it's not. It's really not. Man of Steel's not very good. It's a good setup movie, but other than that, it's not very good. I said,
I'll get around to
as you can tell, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't great.
Yeah. Just one of those movies.
But anyway, that about does it. We do recommend Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, definitely give it a look.
And we recommend lots of Marvel stuff as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that about does it now for the podcast.
Thanks for joining us today, guys, on Couch Pillow Talk.
I forgot it was called Couch Pillow Talk. I forget every time.
Hope you've enjoyed our little cuddle date together today.
Make sure you like it,
Favorite,
subscribe, share it,
comment,
flip it,
all those
pop it, and
tasty-
reverse it.
You nailed it.
Flip it, dip it, and ride with this. Matt hates that song.
We won't get into that now. Thanks for
for
joining,
listening,
guys. Have a good one.
We'll catch you later.
Hey boy. Yeah boy.